Good morning, people. I had decided I was going to make a video today regardless, and yet I feel really ill. I think I've got, I don't know, either a cold or a flu or a COVID, who knows. I might do a COVID test later. I do feel really rough. So I've got no makeup on. I don't plan to put any on today. I'm going round to my mother's. Mum's had it, whatever I've got, so there's no concerns about passing it on to her. So I'm going round to my mother's, and then when I come back I'm probably just going to veg on the sofa and have a really lazy day, not doing much. So forgive me for having no makeup on. There was a time when I wouldn't even have dreamt of making a video with a bare face. But you know, as I get older, you kind of learn that these things really don't matter anymore. So I'm just about to make myself a drink of carrot and beetroot juice, because that is meant to be really good for you and full of vitamins and nutrients. My kitchen's an absolute mess because I felt poorly yesterday as well, and I didn't do much, yesterday being Sunday. Husband was home, so he could have done it, but I would never ever nag him to do it because he works and I don't. I've been able to give up work and kind of retire at the age of 53 because of my wonderful, generous husband. So I want him to have a Sunday as his day of rest. So, and we don't mind, you know. We've been married 31 years, and in that time we have had a messy kitchen most days. So, you know, we can live with it. It's just a bit of mess, isn't it? And I can tidy it up and it'll be messy again after we've made dinner. So, but I am going to get that tidied up. I do like to have a tidy kitchen. So that is my plan. I've taken some maximum strength tablets, which are like, I don't know, paracetamol, aspirin and caffeine, which are meant to make me feel better. They haven't started working yet, but hopefully they will. Got up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, because that always makes you feel better, doesn't it? So we'll see how the day goes. What I wanted to start talking about now in my videos from this point on, I've spent a bit of time thinking about it and thinking my channel isn't really a zero waste channel anymore. I mean, it is, but it's not what I talk about because I really don't know what to say about it. You know, I started my zero waste journey about 10 years ago, and the things that I implemented then I'm pretty much still using. And I'm not completely zero waste. It's almost impossible. I know there are people out there that do it, but I do my best. And you know, our bin goes out, our recycling bin goes out once a month, and there is usually less than a quarter of recycling in it. And then the other, once a month, we have cardboard recycling that goes out. That's the same. That sometimes has a bit more, because if you get a big box of something, it takes up a lot of space. And then the rubbish, usually, you know, that's fortnightly, and there's usually one bag of rubbish in it, maybe two. So yeah, we're doing okay. Anyway, I'm going to go and make this carrot and beetroot juice. I say make it. Please don't think I'm going to do it with a juicer. You see, these are the kind of packaging that I have. I've gone through that. I've gone through the phase of thinking, this is glass, so that's not too bad. But I've gone through that phase of thinking, can make this yourself. You know, I had a juicer, make your own juice, save on the packaging. But honestly, have you ever made beetroot juice? It is blinking messy. It is messy. And for me, I've decided I'm going to have the carton. Not ideal, but you know, I think if you're trying to live a zero waste lifestyle, you'll understand that there are some areas where you just have to say, I'm doing well in this area. You know, there are some areas where I haven't bought stuff in packaging for many, many years. Just as an example, let's move down here, my washing up liquid. I've been having my bottles refilled for nigh on 10 years. Sorry, my glasses are falling down my face because I'm sweating due to not being well. And yeah, falling down my face. So yeah, been refilling that. I've got so many bottles. My shampoo and conditioner, I've been refilling that for years. What else have we got? You know, I've got more of these. You know, I've got this one that I keep getting refilled. That's my vinegar. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that's just refilled the whole time. Don't buy water in bottles. I just keep water in my fridge and fill up my flask every day. So, you know, you do what you can where you can. But beetroot juice is something I did not want to keep making myself because of it being so blinking messy. Carnage in the kitchen when you've made beetroot juice. It literally looks like you've killed someone. So yeah, have to put up with this container. If I could find it in glass, like this carrot juice, I would be very chuffed. Glass, as we know, is infinitely recyclable. And I would love a scheme where you could take the bottles back, like we used to when I was a kid, and you got about 10p back on them. Some countries do that because It used to be that I'd take them to the bottle bank. They've disappeared now because you just put it all in your normal recycling. I quite liked taking it to the bottle bank, but as you put the bottles in, they would smash. You could hear them smashing on the bottom, and I used to think that's such a shame because now they have to go through the process of being sort of melted down and formed into new bottles. Whereas if you could just take it back like this and hand it over to someone who could then sterilise it and reuse it as it is, that would be far better, like we do with the milk bottles. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Oh, look at the colour of that. Look at that. It's got to be good for you. Full of goodness. Colour. Excuse my coughing, but like I say, I'm not well. Open the carrot juice. Have you ever bought it? It's an amazing thing. It is so pretty. I wonder if you can see it in here. It almost glitters. It's amazing. Anyway, I'm going to neck back this beetroot and carrot juice to try and fight off my infection. And in the meantime, I'm going to show you the state of my kitchen. Look at all that. Got a load of washing on, my breakfast bowl, all this stuff. I have gone to the trouble of emptying the dishwasher this morning. None of it I wanted to do because I don't feel well. And so now I will refill it before I go to Mum's. So hopefully this kitchen will be relatively tidy before I go. Bottoms up. It'd just be my luck to spill it down my t-shirt as soon as I've got a wash load on of light. Beetroot juice, doesn't have stain. Wonderful. I don't even like beetroot, that's the funny thing. Look at my little beetroot moustache. Yeah, I don't like beetroot. But the juice, well, they mix it with apple juice, don't they? To give it a bit of sweetness, because it would be horrible on its own. I'm going to look at that. Curiosity has got the better of me. Let's have a look. Oh, my glasses. Do you know, it's not long since I went into Specsavers and had them tightened. Pressed beetroot and apple juice. Ingredients: pressed beetroot juice, 90%. Pressed apple juice, 9.9%. And then ascorbic acid. Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that would be more. I thought it'd be at least 50% apple juice, 50% beetroot, so not too bad. And then the carrot juice, let's have a look. Ingredients: 94% carrot juice and 6% lemon juice. So I feel like I am bursting with antioxidants now, but damn it. Look at this, look at that. I need to wipe that off quickly before it stains. Okay, let's actually get this video in order. I realised that I was going to tell you the direction that this channel is going to go into, and I didn't get there, did I? I started talking about zero waste and then I signed off. So I've decided to be a little bit more kind of vloggy, I guess. I want to share with you how I am coping as a early retiree with no pension. So basically I've completely given up my income in order to retire. I don't like the phrase retire because it implies you're old, it implies you're drawing a pension, and I have just given up work. But I also don't like the suggestion that I don't have a job, because that's my choice. I gave up my job and I could go out and get another one straight away if I wanted to. So it's not like I'm unemployed. It was a decision to care for my mum and care for my grandson. And so, yeah, thankfully my husband supported that decision. He still works, of course, and we're lucky enough that we can manage on one income, but we have had to make some cutbacks. So the channel will be slightly frugal now. I'll be talking about what I'm doing to watch the pennies and be a bit more careful with our money. And I just wanted to share something with you as well, just sat here next to me. If you're a follower and you've been with me for a while, you'll know that in my early videos I had 2 spaniels. They were nearly always on the bed with me. And Meg was my absolute darling. I adored her. Max was my husband's dog. Meg died several years ago. I say several. I can't think how many years ago. Maybe 2, maybe 3. I really don't know. I was heartbroken when she died, but we still had Max. And he was a great comfort to me. especially when my dad died, bless him. Don't dogs just seem to know? I remember standing in the kitchen sobbing my eyes out, and Max just came up to me and comforted me. It was so sweet. But we recently lost Max early this year. Let me think. How early this year? May? April? End of April? Maybe the end of April, beginning of May. We lost Max. And so we had several months without a dog. We were trying to decide, do we stick with no dog? Do we just not have one? We do kind of try and travel a fair bit. So when we lost Max, it wasn't long before we went to Florence. And then in a couple of weeks, a few weeks, we're going to Switzerland. And then next year we're going back to Australia. So we thought perhaps it'd be best if we didn't have a dog. But any of you who are dog owners will know that the house just isn't the same without a dog in it. And so we went to a rescue centre and we've got this little baby here. You'll be surprised because we've been Springer Spaniel people for 30 odd years. This is little Miss Molly. And she is adorable. Hello, darling. She's the tiniest little Yorkshire Terrier. I've never had a Yorkshire Terrier before. I used to want one when I was a child. She's from a rescue centre, and she's just been a ray of sunshine, basically. You know, the house isn't the same without a dog. And, yeah, I love her. Sorry to disturb you from your sleep, darling, but I want to bring you on camera as you. I don't think she likes being kissed. Oh. But, you know, can't help it. Can't help kissing her. Sorry, have I woken you up from your sleep? She goes everywhere with me because one of the things we were made aware of when we took her on was that she has terrible separation anxiety. So they wanted a home for her where the owners would be at home most of the time and not out at work, which made us perfect because I am at home. I take her to my mum's with me, so we're off to mum's very soon. She comes with me. My mum loves her because she's small. And so far, there's not many places that I haven't been able to take her. There are several cafes in our little town that accept dogs, so she comes to the cafes with me. A lot of the shops accept dogs. So, yeah, she's pretty much gone everywhere with me. We have left her a couple of times because she does have to learn that we will leave her on occasion. So we've left her for maybe 10 to 20 minutes and she cries the whole time. We have a camera in the kitchen so we can keep an eye on her. And she does cry the whole time we're gone, which is heartbreaking. But, you know, we do need to be able to go out and leave her for up to an hour. But, yeah, she's my new little darling and I love her very much. So that's where my life is at the moment. Those are the changes that are coming to the channel. I'm going to be talking more about, like I said, how I'm saving money, what I'm doing because I used to, although there are many times when I've said I'm on a no spend challenge, was terrible really. I think when you've got the money to spend, you tend to, and being frugal is easier when it's a necessity, which it kind of is now. Because if we still want to carry on, like next year we're going to Australia because we've got a daughter that lives there, which is why we go once a year. And me working and earning money was what paid for that pretty much. And because I'm not working and earning that money, I'm not putting it away towards Australia. So we've had to make some cutbacks. Shock horror, we've had to go economy rather than premium economy. But, you know, it's important to me that I see my daughter. And so I need to be saving money and putting it away every month so that we can continue with those trips to Australia. So I'll tell you how that's going. I'll let you know how I'm getting on and what I'm doing and, you know, so on. And also whether, because it's another thing with the Zero Waste Challenge, is I have said before, many years ago in one of my videos, it often costs more. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But it often costs more to buy things package free. Which is bizarre, isn't it? You'd think, you know, the packaging would cost the company money and they'll probably want to save on that money, so that you think it'd be cheaper with no packaging, but that's not the case. So am I still going to be able to continue with my zero waste lifestyle when I'm looking at things that are far cheaper if they come in plastic? I will let you know. Stay tuned. Okay, so as you know, I'm ill. I've actually done a COVID test now and it is COVID. So for lunch I'm having some chicken and mushroom soup. This was free from Olio, so that's great because because it's a freebie. We love freebies. And as you know, I'm now watching my pennies due to being a early retiree. So we're down to one income and we have to watch the money. So yeah, this was quite a good haul I got from Olio, and I will try and insert a video here to show you what I got on that particular haul.
So this was quite a good Olio haul. It's not very often that I find anyway, that you come across somebody who's giving away one lot like this. This was all one lot. And for me, it was worth the drive. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 cans. 2 of them are beans, the rest are soups. So chicken soup, chicken and mushroom soup, 3 minestrone. I don't think I'm a big fan of minestrone, but I'm going to give it a go. Don't know why I'm not a fan of it, I just don't buy it. 2 things of beans, and then 2 things of pasta and sauce, chicken and mushroom flavour. So that was all one whatever. Quite often you'll go onto Olio and things will be listed individually, and then you have to sort of go through and say, could I have this, could I have this, could I have this, for several things to make it worthwhile a trip, because I don't particularly want to take a drive out for 1 tin of beans. So I was quite chuffed to get these, and for me that would do my lunches for almost 2 weeks, I think, because it's just me at home having lunch. And even if I suppose I had a whole tin, that's 7 days there, so that's 9 days. But I think with things like the beans, I'd probably have half a tin. So I think I've got almost 2 weeks worth of meals there. Obviously, I say obviously, I need bread. I actually got a loaf of bread from Olio the other day as well. So the loaf of bread to go with my beans and soups will do me meals for 2 weeks. So quite chuffed there, because I went shopping the other day and I just can't believe the price of food these days. It's just ridiculously expensive. I am now spending more each week on my husband and myself than I was when I had 3 children living at home. Obviously, I know there's inflation and stuff, but this is ridiculous. I used to be able to do a weekly shop for a family of 5, and it was half the price of what it is now for the 2 of us. So yeah, the prices have really gone up. They're just astonishing. So getting, 2 weeks worth of lunch for me for free, I'm quite pleased about.